there is a lot of traders and investors that I look up to personally that still just don't believe that Tesla is going to continue to go higher. And I just keep having to ask myself, why? What's going on, guys? My name is Brad, and this is Own the Chaos. Now, if you've never been to this channel before, first of all, welcome. This channel is specifically dedicated to helping you in your investing journey as well as day trading. So if you're interested in learning about either of those things, I highly encourage you to subscribe to this channel and hit this thumbs up button if you are a fan of Tesla and you think that it's potentially going to $6,000 a share. And yes, $6,000 a share is the estimation from ARK Investing. Unbelievable. They predicted it was going to go to $4,000 about 6-7 months ago, and now they think it's going to go to $6,000 in 5 years' time, which gives it a $1 trillion valuation market cap. So it gives it a $1 trillion market cap. It's going to be unbelievable. I said that I felt as if Tesla was going to be a $1 trillion market cap getting to around the 10-year period, so about 2030. They're thinking it's going to be even earlier than that. They're cutting that by half of what my prediction was as of the first of this year, and I think it's really going to be the stock of the decade. And I know that it sounds like we're overhyping this, but you know, it's crazy to think that since Tesla's IPO, it's gone up 2,500%. So in 10 years, it's gone up 2,500%. And they're just now getting profitable. Okay, so just put that in perspective. Not only that, but it's given 12 times the returns of the S&P 500 in that period. It's more than doubled since October and over 200% since June of 2019. So yeah, I guess there's probably reason why a lot of these investors are, pulling the plug and saying it's time to short, it's time to short. But the fact of the matter is that these analysts, I think, are only viewing Tesla as a car company, or maybe they're only viewing them as an energy company or a battery company or an AI company. But in reality, they're all of those things wrapped into one, which is why I think that Tesla is so special. So I'm going to give you 3 reasons as to why I think shorts are wrong and why they're shorting for the wrong reason. And reason number 1 is that they think the deal with China and this gigafactory is overblown. There have been headlines about, Tesla cars being sold in China, and, people aren't going to be buying cars in general just because there's too many people. So why would they go in and buy Tesla? But let me throw this stat at you. Okay. GM sold 3.6 million vehicles. 3.6 million vehicles last year in China, and only 3.5 million vehicles in North America. So they sold more vehicles in China, more gas guzzling, fuel consuming vehicles in China than they did in the US. But they're slowing down their car buying? I don't think so. And then let's look at this. Chrysler sold 700,000 Mercedes-Benzes in China. To give you more perspective, Chrysler sold 700,000 Mercedes-Benz vehicles in China, and they only sold half that number in North America last year. So why did Elon build a gigafactory and is planning on selling vehicles in China? Because even if he flatlines, even if he doesn't grow at all and just keeps the numbers here in North America, by these numbers, by the way that GM and Chrysler is selling vehicles, gas-powered vehicles, which they're trying to cut down on emissions over in Asia and in that area, now have an opportunity to buy a superior product that creates zero emissions that they don't need gas for. And by these metrics, by these numbers, if Tesla does zero growing in North America, they still will double their sales and their revenue because of the exposure that they're going to be now having in China. So is this new China catalyst a overblown statement or an overblown catalyst or something that people are just overreacting to? I really don't think so. Can you imagine if they sold double the amount of cars in China, even if they don't grow at all in North America, which we all know they're going to just continue to blast off. And when they've already taken over 2/3 of the electric vehicle market, it's really not that hard to fathom that they're also going to continue to grow here in North America. And then when you can increase your numbers in China just because of the sheer volume of people that are going to be buying your product, it's really not that overblown at all. And reason number 2 why these shorts really don't understand what they're shorting exactly is their price targets from analysts are behind substantially in 2020. If we look at Canaccord Genuity, changed their price targets from 375 to 515, and that was on January 2nd. And we are well beyond that already. On January 7th, the analysts from Argus changed their targets from 396 to 556. And then also on January 7th, the analysts from Credit Suisse changed theirs from 230 to 340, which is unbelievable. It's quite laughable if you ask me. They simply just can't keep up with these price targets because they keep moving way too fast. And, there would be a lot of people that would say, doesn't that mean that this would be an opportunity too short because it's becoming too overextended? But that leads me to reason number 3. And ARK Invest, Kathy Wood, if you guys are familiar with her, just go ahead and Google her. She's a fantastic person, super intelligent. She's with ARK Invest, their ETF company that focuses on disruptive innovation, and really fantastic company. If you guys want to go check them out, feel free to do that. I'll leave some links down in the description if you want to just click and follow up on any of the information that I'm giving you. And what ARK Invest is really impressed about is things that are outside of the vehicle industry for Tesla. They're looking well beyond just what they are as a car company and taking everything into account. For me personally, I don't think they belong to any sector, but they are a sector by themselves. I almost kind of would think of this as an infrastructure company, a company that's focused on infrastructure, because they're going after vehicles, they're going after energy, they're going after utilities, they're going after artificial intelligence, they're going after transportation as a service. I mean, imagine when there's driverless vehicles just toting you around. The future's happening, and it's all starting with Tesla. Analysts from ARK Invest, James Wong, who came from NVIDIA, actually stated that they are 4 years ahead of any of their competition when it comes to AI. It's unbelievable what they're doing behind the scenes that we don't even really know about, guys. Analysts don't know how to analyze the stock because they are more than just cars. And the analyst, Kathy Wood, that I mentioned before, states that $6,000 price target is going to be her target within the next 5 years. And with everything that they have going on, look, the car companies themselves, GM, Ford, Chrysler, they are all 5 to 7 years behind in technology when it comes to this. If you've never sat in a Tesla, just go sit in one and drive it. It is, I'm not talking about just the electric car part of it, just the quality, the technology that's involved around it. The self-driving capabilities are way ahead of the competition. So people that are, talking about how the car competitors will catch up, they still have 5 to 7 years to catch up on them. And can you imagine where Tesla will be in 5 to 7 years? And that's just the car industry we're talking about. We're not talking about anything else. When we're talking about the energy industry, with them getting into car batteries, everything, it's just unbelievable, guys. They're projected to take over 1/3 of the auto market in 5 years. The competition is extremely behind on innovation. Autonomous taxi services, like I was saying before, transportation as a service. And one other thing, the government, I think, it's going to benefit the government, because there's some questions as to whether or not that the government was going to be behind the autonomous driving vehicles when it came to transportation as a service, taxi services, and that sort of thing. This affects companies like Uber, and people probably haven't even realized it yet. But people who own Teslas are 40% less likely to get an automotive accident. In a world where 90% of the automotive crashes, and that includes deaths, are caused by humans, this is a big deal. And I feel that the government is going to really start mandating a lot of this stuff and requiring this technology being in a lot of vehicles, not just Teslas. And where do you think that those car companies are going to try to acquire that technology from? They're going to have to go to Tesla. They're going to have to buy it from them. So there's a lot of things that are going on here that I don't think that a lot of these short sellers are understanding. And I think that a lot of it has to do with the fact that they can't figure out how to analyze it, because they don't know what sector it belongs in. They don't know exactly what kind of competition they're really up against. But the fact of the matter is that Tesla's moving so fast, and they're becoming profitable now, that they're going to be an unstoppable force, I think, for the next 5 to 10 years. And it's quite unimaginable that any of them are actually going to be able to catch up to them at all within the next 5 to 10 years. It's funny. They tried to fight this. They tried to fight the electric car movement, and they lost. We're going to run out of oil at some point. So I don't know why any of the forward thinkers didn't take this into account at all. Like, as Elon Musk was continuously investing in batteries and resources to make those batteries, GM, Ford, all these other automakers just kept investing into motors and making them more efficient, and it just didn't make any sense. So I really just want to hear from you too. Let me know what you think about Tesla, and to answer the question as it was in the title, is it too late to buy it? Absolutely not. I don't think it is. Either from whether or not you're an active trader or an investor, I think that Tesla is going to be one that you're going to be in and out of, or just holding on to for dear life and hanging on for the wild and crazy ride that is this amazing company and this amazing stock. It's going to be, I'm telling you, it's going to be the stock of the next 10 years. The stock of the decade is going to be Tesla. And I just feel blessed and fortunate that I'm just here to be a part of it. So I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think. If you think that Tesla is headed to 6,000, I want to hear what your thoughts are on that. If you think that it's absolutely crazy number and there's no way in hell that that's actually happening, I want to hear from you too. I respond to all the comments, guys. So please let me know what your thoughts are. I would love to hear hear from you. If I'm right, I'm wrong, we'll see, but we'll see how this video ages. And so that's going to do it for me, guys. If you would like to subscribe to this channel, I go over how to trade stocks and all that good stuff. So if you want to learn how to trade, learn how to invest, please subscribe to this channel and like this video if you got something out of this today. I certainly would appreciate it. Hit that notification bell, all that good stuff. You know what to do. And that's going to do it for me, guys. As always, I will see you all before the bell, and B Smith is out. First things first, we're going to talk about Robinhood and Webull and all of these companies that provided free commissions first. And are they in real danger of being bought out or merged into in 2020? I'm going to give you my thoughts and why I think that might be true and just who might end up buying these companies. All that and more coming up.